I'm going to take you through a 3-minute journey of how I moved from some of my worst phobias to phenomenal success, especially in the peak of COVID pandemic. And I want to recall and dedicate my spiritual master's mantra of success to me that the best way to fight your fear is to face it, right? It sounds cliched, right? And the fear is often like that of the devil. But if you have the end game and the end outcome in mind, you will definitely follow the master, which is your mind, and become a mastermind. So, on the lighter side, the reason for this picture was how you can become from ordinary to superstar if you fight your phobias and climb to phenomenal success. If I quickly look at my own life, I've seen that the biggest fears I've had, public speaking. And I remember after my first speech, I actually ended up coming back home and burning the paper because everybody had laughed and I'd failed on stage. Similarly, my first car drive, my instructor lost all patience with me. But the best way to come out of the fear was to drive in the peak of traffic in Central Railway Station. And lastly, I had a fear of flying because I had some really near fatal hour incidents. A pilot once told me the best way to get out of your fear of flying is actually to fly more. So during the peak of the pandemic, I was inspired by one of my first alma mater, the Sri Satyasai University, which gives free education and healthcare in an undivided way to everybody. And as I was in a state of fear, like many of us, we were living in a world of volatility, uncertainty, complexity, and ambiguity. And COVID left us with Bani, which was brittle, anxious, non-linear, and incomprehensible. My mother said the best way to come out of the fear of COVID is to fight it, to face it. And I ended up during the COVID by participating in a number of hackathons globally, right from Silicon Valley to the government of India to government of Canada, mentoring many of them, and actually ended up making 2 Guinness Book of Records and 1 Asia Book of Records. And I recall and dedicate this to my 2 grandfathers, one who at the time of World War II was sent to a desert and transformed it to what we call today as Bits Pilani. And my other grandfather, who's from a very humble village in Tamil Nadu, ended up being a Harvard postdoc. And the World Health Organization made him set up the Environmental Center of Research at IIT Madras and Anna University. So both of these were, stalwarts for me throughout my COVID fear journey of mentoring using technology, Industry 4.0, and actually working with a bunch of friends. And at the peak of fear, it is always good to go into a state of happiness, do things you like. So here you see, we participated in almost 3 hackathons, United Nations, Facebook hackathon. There were several others across Silicon Valley, Motwani Jadeja. And actually, we also ended up giving something to the Tamil Nadu police to fight the COVID, right? So I want to leave you all with the inspiration that, again, going back to my first part, that the best way to fight your fear is to actually live through it, face the devil, finish the game, and come out of your fear successfully. Thank you.